Yo guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel. This is a really important video. Like right now, I have butterflies. I'm really nervous and scared, but today's the day, man. I gotta make this happen. Today, we're gonna be pulling out the motor from the Prelude, and I wanna get this K-Series motor installed. I'm super nervous because this is my very first K-Swap, and there's a lot of things that I'm not really sure how I'm gonna make happen, but hey, I mean, those are things we're just gonna have to overcome as they come up. But also, what makes me really nervous today is once this motor is pulled, I already have someone coming by to pick it up for themselves, so there's no going back once the motor's gone. I've done a lot to this Prelude in the past few years, and yo, it's kind of scary to wrap my head around getting rid of this motor and putting something else inside. Let's get this motor out of here. Yeah! All right there. Water pipe in the back. Touchdown! Hey! Yo, so this is Don. He just pulled up. Yeah, he's picking up the motor. We're trying to figure out how to get it through this little area right here. It's super tight, but I think we can make it happen. I didn't know, but Don told me that it's about to rain.
It's about to hell.
It's about to hell. I was like, oh shoot.
It's that Texas weather, bro.
Dang. At least we're not in that 100-degree weather no more.
Ah, dog, tell me about it, bro. Oh. Damn. Hey, when you're strong.
Right here.
I feel like we can squeeze it by.
We should.
There's just a little right there. Perfect, bro. We're cleared.
I don't know how, but we did it. My bad, guys. It started pouring rain, so we were just trying to knock it out. But here it is. Motor secured. Okay. Thank you for picking it up.
Appreciate you, homeboy.
Yep.
You're the best.
Okay. Oh shoot. At first, oh shoot. This is a little pimple patch. I had a really big pimple right here, and it was really intrusive, and my girlfriend gave me this little patch, which is usually the same color as my tone skin, but I didn't know she gave me a blue star. But anyways, don't let this distract you from what's going on. It's been a few days since I sold the motor, and I'm finally over it. The goal of today's video is to get this motor inside the Prelude. Yeah. But yo, check this out though. When I lowered the Prelude, I was like, yo, why is it so freaking high now? But it makes sense. There's no more engine in the engine bay, so there's no more engine weight on the wheels, and so the Prelude is freaking 3 inches taller, 3 fingers taller. All right, there's a few things I need to do before we can start test fitting the engine in the engine bay. I got to get the cruise control removed. I didn't know how to remove it, but thanks to the power of YouTube, it's an easy removal. I also got to get the shifter cables out of here, and then I could get the engine off the engine stand, bolt up the transmission, and we'll be ready to get the motor set in the engine bay. Yeah. Let's do the easiest thing first. Cruise control. The only thing holding it in is this throttle cable or cruise control cable. And apparently it's the extra cable on the gas pedal. Which one's the gas pedal? You push this forward and there's a slot for it to come out, I think. I could be wrong. Oh yeah, there is. There we go. And that's it. All right, it'll be this one, twist it, and it'll just come out. Woo. Shifter cables, I think we're gonna have to jack up the car and get underneath. Let's do it. Oh, this is really easy because the car is super light. Whoa, what fell over? All right, that's the shifter cable. And it's really hard to make out, but there's a bolt right there with my fingers pointing. I hope I don't need to remove that because it'd require me to take off this whole shield right here. So let's see what we could do from inside. All right, cables are loose, both sides, but check this out. Look at that. There's 2 threads, one right there and one right there, upside down. So the only thing holding this in place are those 2 nuts underneath. Okay, so I didn't realize this is gonna be so much work, but this heat shield right here is one giant piece that goes all the way back. I think it stops at that turn right there. If not, then it goes all the way back. And in order to get this heat shield off, I'm gonna have to remove this downpipe, whatever. Pretty much the whole exhaust system has to come out just so I can get the freaking shifter cables out of here. Aw, man. I really wish I had a car jack. I mean, car lift. Whew, there we go. Look at this big old thing. Now I have another car part. I guess I'll throw on top of the roof. I'm running out of space. And yo, does this really thin piece of metal really help prevent heat from going under the car, I guess? Huh. Interesting. Alright, now the shifter cables can be removed. You can see it's right here. All that so I can just remove 2 bolts. Let's get it out the way. Yeah. There we go. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Whew. Guys, it's another day. I took a much needed break from yesterday after doing the, what's it called? The shifter cables. That took so much effort, and yeah, your boy just didn't feel like doing anything. Now that the shifter cables are out the way and the cruise control is removed, we have plenty of space to get the engine test fitted in the engine bay. But before I can start test fitting the engine, I gotta make the transmission to the engine, which means I should install the clutch kit and flywheel, but I'm missing one part. So for the sake of just getting the motor test fitted and making the brackets, I'm just gonna have to wait till that part comes in. I'm not gonna install the clutch kit in this video, but I have the ZE Stage 1 clutch kit for a K20 and a ZE flywheel for a K20 as well. Now this clutch kit does come with a throwout bearing. In my experience, and even from my research online, the aftermarket throwout bearings are usually hit or miss. And what had happened on my Prelude a while back, I installed a ZE clutch kit and the throwout bearing gave out on me. At the time I didn't know it was the throwout bearing, so I ordered another clutch kit and used the OEM throwout bearing, and everything's good. And so what the internet people say is that you should use a K20 or K24 clutch kit, but use an OEM throwout bearing. So I got that ordered already. It should be coming in tomorrow, and I don't want to waste another day. I want to go ahead and get this motor in. So yeah. All right, now it's time to talk about motor mounts. A lot of people have been asking me, is there a Kswap kit for the 15 Prelude? No, there's not. But there are a few alternatives. One way you could go about getting this motor in the engine bay is making your own custom mounts. Last year, I met up with Chris at EBPLudeSH on Instagram. Chris actually used his H22 motor mounts and created custom brackets that would mount up onto the engine and transmission. Huge props to Chris for making that happen. He said that he made the brackets himself in his garage. I don't know how much welding experience he has, but yo, welding is something that's very discouraging for a lot of people. Another alternative is to get the Kswap kit for a 4th gen Prelude, and with some modification, this should work. Right here we got the rear mount, and it'll bolt perfectly on to the rear subframe right here. Yeah, all the lines or all the holes line up pretty nicely. Over here, this is gonna go on the passenger side. This is the chassis mount, so it'll actually go right here. There's this little guide right here, and it goes in this hole. And if I try to install it, you'll notice this mount is in the way. So this is gonna have to be removed. It's the same thing on the 4th gen Prelude. On the 4th gen Prelude, you're gonna have to remove this and get this welded on, or if you want, you can bolt it on. This motor mount will go in here, and it's gonna bolt on top of right here, and this will go on the engine right there. Yeah. Over here, these black brackets are for the transmission, and this is the driver's side motor mount. So this is gonna go on top of the transmission, somewhere right here, I think. I'm not sure how this goes on here. And this one is gonna go on the back side. The bracket's gonna sit like this, and it should bolt up on here somehow. You can see it goes on the rear just like that. Oh, and it's also dual height, so that's why it has 2 sets of holes right there. So if you can raise the motor for oil pan clearance, pretty cool feature. And you might be wondering, where does this go? Well, that's the issue with the 5th gen Prelude. There's no motor mount right here for the transmission. And so with the 4th gen Prelude kit, you would have to get the 4th gen Prelude chassis mount, which is right here. You'd have to cut it off and get it welded on right here. That way this thing could mount into place. Actually, I think it sits back here. So again, the rear mount fits perfectly. On the passenger side, we have to remove this bracket to reinstall the new bracket. And then on the driver's side, I'm gonna have to get a chassis bracket from the 4th gen Prelude, get it welded onto here, or just make my own. And that's exactly what I'm gonna try to do. If I could get comfortable with welding, I could pretty much just do anything I want with the car, you know? Welding is a very useful skill to learn, so hey man, we gotta start somewhere. But yo guys, I just realized something, and unfortunately, we can't get the motor in today. So these 2 black brackets are actually for a TSX transmission. I don't have a TSX transmission. This is from a H gen Honda Civic Si. So it's a completely different bracket for the transmission itself. Everything over here is good. Just these 2 pieces need to be swapped out. I already got in contact with Hasport, and they're sending me the new brackets. So unfortunately, there's nothing else I can really do right now. I don't know, man. I feel dumb. I've had these mounts for like 3 months now, and I didn't bother to look at them until today. But it's all good. I mean, things happen. In the next video, we'll get the clutch kit installed, get the transmission mounted, and then we'll get the motor sitting in the engine bay. Woo! I'm excited. If you guys are excited to see the motor in the engine bay, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, show your support, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Yeah!